The sky turned black, and within hours, southern China was drowning. Over 68,000 people rushed to escape. Some didn't make it. This is the untold story of how Typhoon Wutip tore through lives and how Guangdong fought back. On June 24, 2025, Guangdong province faced a flood emergency like nothing seen in decades. What began as a normal typhoon quickly spiraled into a disaster. Streets turned into rivers. Crops vanished underwater, and thousands of families ran from their homes with nothing but fear. Typhoon Wutip had formed in the South China Sea weeks earlier. At first, it was just a tropical storm, but as it approached China's southern coast, it gathered power. On June 14th, Wutip made landfall near Laizhou in Guangdong. It weakened after hitting land, but the real danger had just begun. The typhoon carried massive tropical moisture, and when it collided with the early summer monsoon, it unleashed a storm that didn't stop for days. By June 24th, Guangdong was underwater. Rivers burst through their banks. Dams reached dangerous levels. In both cities and villages, people woke to rising floodwaters. Some had just minutes to grab their children, pets, and run. Roads were gone. Alerts flashed on every screen. Public loudspeakers screamed warnings into the air. The worst-hit region was Hai County. The Sujiang River rose more than 5 meters above the warning level, a new record of 55.22 meters. Entire villages vanished. Old men and women were pulled off rooftops. Families clutched bags of rice and dry clothes, climbing into rescue boats. Many left their homes, not knowing if they'd ever return. Over 68,000 people were evacuated across Guangdong. Altogether, more than 180,000 lives were impacted. Hundreds of roads and bridges were either destroyed or too damaged to use. Hospitals relied on backup generators. Schools became emergency shelters overnight, filled with crying babies, exhausted parents, and silent volunteers. In the middle of this chaos, rescue teams moved fast. The Chinese government deployed more than 10,000 people, firefighters, soldiers, doctors, and civilian volunteers. Helicopters hovered above flooded towns. Boats moved from street to street, delivering clean water, food, and medicine. Doctors set up mobile clinics. Community kitchens served hot meals. And while the destruction was massive, the death toll stayed low. Thanks to early warnings, only 17 people lost their lives. Still, 17 too many. The economic loss was another blow. Farms, homes, and entire neighborhoods were damaged beyond recognition. China's National Development and Reform Commission released over 60 million yuan to begin rebuilding. In farming towns, crops were destroyed just weeks before harvest. Many farmers may not recover this year. In cities, small businesses drowned. Cars were left floating in garages. This flood reopened a painful question. Are we ready for what climate change is bringing? Scientists warn that storms are getting stronger and more unpredictable. Rainfall events like this, they're no longer rare. And cities built decades ago can't handle today's extremes. Even with recent upgrades, Guangdong's flood defenses were pushed to the edge. But in the middle of this tragedy came moments of hope. A 12-year-old boy in Zhaoqing guided an elderly couple through chest-deep water to safety. Volunteers came from other provinces. Without being asked, people raised funds online. Food, medicine, warm clothes, all sent by strangers. Typhoon Wutip showed the world what real strength looks like, not from governments, but from the people. Now, as the waters begin to recede, the real work starts. Bulldozers are clearing mud and wreckage. Engineers are inspecting dams. Water and power are slowly being restored. And neighbors are coming together, not just to rebuild, but to heal. Because yes, the damage is deep, but it's the emotional scars that take the longest to fade. The flood of June 24th, 2025, will be remembered not just for its destruction, but for the courage, kindness, and unity of Guangdong's people. They stood strong. They held on. And they showed the world that storms don't break people. They reveal who we truly are. If this story moved you, please share it. Subscribe for more updates on natural disasters, climate challenges, and the human strength behind recovery. Comment below. What are your thoughts on climate readiness and community response? Thank you for watching. Stay safe, stay informed,